Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new series, Uncivil Law Shorts. For today, we're dealing with an article from the Daily Times, Don't Discriminate Against Biological Females to Help Trans Women. This does seem to be a problem on the left. As a right-leaning commentator, I do enjoy the schadenfreude of watching the left eat itself and contradict itself, because it can't quite figure out what trans women's are, because every definition they apply winds up eating themselves. Either the trans advocates are unhappy, or the feminists are unhappy, or some other group of the left is unhappy. Are trans women the same as women? Are there biological differences between men and women? Is what makes a man or a woman subjective or objective? We can't come up with consistent definitions from the left, and I find it hilarious. And this definition, this article from Daily Times is just more of that. From this article today, or from December 28th, from Christine Flowers, who we will use our privilege to assume is a woman. Civil rights legislation has always had a genesis in humanitarian privileges of protecting the weak and advocating for the voiceless, including by declaring men to be women, which is something we can arbitrarily do. Then they talk about how wonderful Title IX was because it gave more power to women, actual biological women who had the ability to actually compete in sports because they were not being discriminated against. And fast forward a few decades, when it was clear that Title IX would apply to women, it's become increasingly difficult to define what qualifies as a woman, or more specifically, female. Okay, this isn't really hard for a right-leaning person. This is really easy. For a right-leaning person. If you ask me what a man is, I'd say, do they have a Y chromosome? If they have a Y chromosome, they're male. Otherwise, they're female. And there's no difference between gender and sex for a right-leaning person. So this definition will work equally well for sex or gender, because gender was basically invented as a euphemism for sex in the first place, so that people didn't have to use the word sex. But now that they're trying to say there's different things. And so now we have to figure out what a woman or what a female is. And this is really complicated because the left can't figure it out because the definitions keep eating themselves. This is because the trans rights movement has made biological certainly less important than identification. And then you would get to ask questions like, what biology? Because if you listen to some members on the left, they will tell you that there are no biological differences between men and women. None at all. There is no biological differences between men and women. There are no essential qualities to womanhood. There are no essential qualities to men, which makes it a little bit unclear what you mean when you say, I feel like a woman. Because if there are no essential qualities, what are you even saying you feel like? I don't know. These are questions that don't even make sense. What is not a good thing and what is not acceptable, and what we must stop, is the consistent and inexcusable discrimination of biological females in order to make trans women feel better about themselves. But I thought the feelings were all that mattered. I thought that all we cared about was the feelings. And we have to stop discrimination against women? Well, welcome to conservative circles where we actually think that women and females might actually be a thing. Over the past few years, there's been an increasingly number of biological males. How hateful of you to assume that there's such a thing as biological male. Don't you know there's no biological differences between men and women? Who, after coming out as female, in quotes, which I assume we mean they're making it up, but that can't be true because that's how they feel, have demanded inclusion on women's teams. They've put actual females at huge disadvantage because there's no question and no doubt a biological male has certain innate advantages over females. How can that be? There are no biological differences between men and women. That's what the left have been trying to tell me. Men and women are exactly the same. Men and women, and what makes a woman and what makes a man and what makes a male and what makes a female is just what you believe in your own head. We can philosophize about I am woman, hear me roar, and the legitimate observations, but ignoring the fact testosterone provides endurance and strength advantages is magical thinking. Whoa! Biological essentialism. Biological essentialism rears its ugly head. Hey, maybe there's something biologically essential to being a male. Maybe there's something biologically essential to being a female. And maybe we can't completely ignore biology. Biological essentialism, that dirty right-wing idea, raises its dirty head in the Daily Times because the left gets to eat itself. It's all well and good to put your personal pronouns in your email identifier so the woke folks know you're as woke, but it's quite another to pretend. It's pretending? I thought it was reality. The person who presents as a girl but is really a boy. Really a boy? I thought they were really a girl. I thought they were really a girl the whole time. I thought they were and always have been a woman in every way, and there's no difference between men and women of any kind. can compete on an equal level with actual girls. Actual girls? You telling me that these trans people are not actual girls? Whoa, what are you, a TERF? This is some real bigoted stuff over here from our friends on the left. So once again, I get to enjoy the left eating itself. This has been an Uncivil Law Short. Let me know if you like this format. Until later, my friends, cheers and goodbye.